At the age of 30, there's a lot of things that I've grown into becoming. There's one event that stemmed all of those things, even though it took years for them to evolve into what they are. They've stemmed from one significant event in my life. I'm one of the most self-aware people you'll ever meet. I'm one of the most surrounding aware people you'll ever meet. Sometimes I can be quite claustrophobic. I pay attention to detail. And I see things the average person wouldn't notice. There's a reason for this. And today, I want us to talk about it. Let's go.
Like diamonds, I'm watching how you glow.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ here, coming through your TV screen, your phone screen, or laptop screen, and beyond. How you like doing, mate? I love you. I love you. I love you. I just want you to know that, okay? Get that out of the way. I wanna take you back to my childhood. I wanna talk about a really dark day. I wanna talk about the day I witnessed the day I witnessed the first crime I've ever seen in my life. In the beginning, I tell you, there's a lot of things that I've grown to become, and those things have stemmed from this one situation, the situation of me witnessing a crime. And when I say a crime, I mean a legitimate crime. Like, I saw it with my own two eyes. It was not me alone as the witness. It was me and my sister, actually. I want to take you back, way back to my childhood. I want to get right into it, okay? So, I want to tell you how much this one scenario has changed me. It was a Sunday. We were coming home from church, right? Usually on a Sundays, our mother made it a tradition. Get up, even though sometimes I don't want to, go to church with my grandparents, which is my father's mother, and his sister, which is my aunt. And we would go to church together, have the church sermon, we'll come back to her house, have a meal, and then a meal or some sort, if they have meals to give. And then I would come back home, mom would cook dinner, yada yada yada. That was the routine on a Sunday. This particular Sunday, I had a really bad feeling from the second I got up. Didn't want to go to church, but it's tradition. Mother knows best. Got up, went to church. The entire day, I had a really bad feeling. And when I say a really bad feeling, I mean a really bad one. Couldn't shake it. I had a feeling that something terrible was going to happen. I kept leaving the church service, going to the bathroom, panicking. My body has weird ways of signaling things to me, and I never quite understood that until I grew older, like now, and I look back then. I'm at the age now where I communicate with my body and my body communicate with me, and we have an understanding that something is going to happen. I'm giving you a sign, read it. Like, my body communicates with me and I communicate with it. Sounds crazy, I know, but hear me out. That day I kept having a strange feeling throughout the entire day. Panic attack. Think I had it twice. Anxiety. I tried my best to shake it off. Service ended. We came to our grandmother's house. I kept saying to my sister, let's go home. I don't want to be here. I want to leave. My sister wanted to stay for some reason. That's not usually the case. But today, on this specific day, when I had the worst feeling to get out of here, she wanted to stay. We ended up staying. This is where the story took a turn for the worst. So, the day came to a regular end with our grandmother. So we're leaving after we just ate. Okay? We're walking to the bus stop. So imagine in front of me is the gate. And there's a roadway. And to that direction is the bus stop. And to that direction is the church. So we're at the house and we're walking to the bus stop. Now, imagine behind the camera is a roadway that is coming to my grandmother's house. Okay, so here's the gate, that's the bus stop, that's the church, and that's the roadway leading to some other direction. Cool? Now this is what happened. We exit my grandmother's house, we came to the gate and we're going to the bus stop. Now, from the roadway that is leading to my grandmother's house, which is the roadway behind the camera, there was a gunman. We didn't notice that until after the fact. So we're walking to the bus stop, the gunman walks past us and just starts to fire. What is he firing at? There was a funeral that just took place and the attendees were on a bus going to, if I'm not mistaken, either going to or coming home from the funeral service. I think they were going to the cemetery or either coming back to the reception after you have a funeral. So, whichever direction they were going, the bus that they were on, the vehicle that they were on, broke down on the side of the road in the direction of going to the bus stop. So to get to the bus stop, we had to pass those group of people that were broke down on the side of the road. Cool? The gunman walked past us, selected his gun, and just started to fire. Man, woman, and child. Everyone got shot. Here's the crazy part about it. I never saw this coming. He fired on everyone. And then when he got done with firing on everyone, me and my sister stood there petrified. He then turned his gun on us. No witnesses. But there's still a witness. He turned his gun on us and he fired it. Ask me how I'm still standing here, because he fired it directly at the both of us. How is it that I'm still standing here or still sitting here speaking to you? The gun was empty. By the time he got around to us, the clip was empty. Done. So he pointed the gun at us, we pulled the trigger, it was empty. Just like that. And he pulled it twice to make sure it was empty. Nothing. He looked at us. And then he just walked off. Gracefully, just walked off. Living in a third world country, that's the kind of thing that will happen to you. So, me and my sister, we stood there, completely still, petrified, frozen, stuck in time. I peed myself. I started to cry because I looked death directly in the face. This man pulled the trigger twice. No witnesses. Empty clip. Bullets were done. I keep imagining what exactly would have happened if the bullets weren't. And yeah, that part. Luckily, we made it out of that situation unscathed. We ran back into our grandmother's house. This was after he gracefully walked off. Everyone in front of us got shot. And I sat there in my grandmother's house for about an hour, crying. Just crying. And my cousins, my aunts were just like, "Are you okay?" I'm like 10 years old. What do you mean if I'm okay? I just looked death in the face. I'm scared and petrified. No. That was an ever-changing moment. Nothing for me in my life was the same after that. I witnessed my first crime, which was also, safe to say, a first attempted murder. Yeah. I made it out of that situation. How? I have no idea. I would like to think that the universe had something planned for me. Hence why we're having this conversation. I want to tell you what has, because thinking about it, no, as I'm talking to you about it, I'm reliving the trauma, and there's a number of things that has changed. I cannot go into small spaces without completely freaking out. So, for example, if we go out to a club somewhere, eventually you're gonna see me start acting weird, because for some reason, being in those types of spaces clustered like that with a whole bunch of other people puts me on edge. So I'm always like just looking around, and I never stay in the same position too long. I'll walk over there, I'll walk over there, I'll go to the bath. When I'm in small spaces, I act really strange and really funny. If you don't know me, you probably wouldn't notice. You probably think I'm fidgeting or something, but I'm really freaking out. 2, I pay attention to every gosh darn thing. Everything. I have a weird thing where I scan my surroundings every time I enter a new surrounding. I look around to make sure who's there, who's not. I pay attention to everything. I take key details from every scenario. So I know if something goes off impulsively, I automatically know what to do. I pay attention to detail. So if you walk past me 3 times and something is different all 3 times, I'm going to probably notice the things that are different all 3 times. Why am I saying this to you? If you ever find yourself in situations what you don't expect, it would really pay off if you were self-aware. If you acknowledged your surroundings and the things and people in it. I'm building some awareness for you, because I would hate for you to actually have to relive the scariest things I had to live through. Witnessing somebody shoot an entire vehicle of people. Mass shooting, as they call it in America. It was, whew, that man sprayed. Every last clip, every last bullet in that clip got fired. It was really but I'm bringing this up to you to build some awareness, because oftentimes we'll find ourselves in situations that we never expected and we didn't plan for, and still we don't know how to get out of them or what to do. When you're self-aware, there's a lot of things you can teach yourself subconsciously. So when things actually happen, you, even if it doesn't make the situation 10 times better, at least a little bit better. You're always prepared and you're always on your toes. You're thinking and you're alert. When you enter a new space or a surrounding that you're not familiar with, pay attention to detail. That can really help if something happens. Because if you find yourself in a situation that you don't know what to do, or you don't know how to do it, or you don't know when to do it, or you don't even know that you need to know, things like that, things like this can come in handy. With that being said, with that being understood, it's your boy AJ, and I'm signing out.